And we're back.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a long time.
Man, that was fast.
Did you guys get a good park outside?
I parked.
I slept.
Traffic.
I slept here.
Yeah.
All right. We are going to get into social media, self-awareness,
We love this.
and respect.
Respect.
Recept.
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin.
PTC.
God save me to leave.
Now, look, I'm
Didn't
going to
Diana
think
Ross
back
do a good job?
to when I started. We all taught at Drum City, which was an iconic teaching spot and retail store here in Auckland. The environment, the respect you had for your fellow drummers and teachers.
Yeah.
Not to mention guys like Pat Coots
Oh my gosh,
or
yeah.
Mickey who were out.
Yeah.
You know, so, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, and you'd go along, Layden, you'd go along and you'd just,
You just
oh my gosh.
Rose
The
and Crown.
respect.
Remember the lovely bar that was the
Yeah.
drummer would be, his back would be to the window, and there's all these drummers
All the
lined up
drummers
outside
watching Pat.
watching Pat plays.
Watching
Like,
Pat.
yeah.
But
I wasn't there that often.
that brotherhood or sisterhood of you know, there weren't a lot of female drummers, which I'll probably get in trouble for saying that. But there was almost like a family. You know, you're one of us. You know, you wouldn't talk about someone. It would just be weird.
Yeah.
You know. And then obviously since those days, social media happened,
Yeah.
and we see a lot of trolling. We see a lot of not only making fun of or just making comments on people's videos or setups, what angle they got their tom on,
I love that one.
but like, you know, a famous drummer, it'd be something like in a Facebook group, Ringo sucks, prove me wrong, or such and such is the best drummer in the world, and then someone else would come in and say he sucks,
Yeah.
or she sucks, such and such is the best. It's like, I feel like the floodgates have just opened.
They have,
Yeah.
and they certainly have, and that's with everything as well. It's like
Everything,
It's,
It's
so-
across the board, eh?
yeah, and it's just crazy to, I don't know where they come from. I don't.
This is self-awareness,
Well,
right?
Yeah,
there's-
it's like-
they're not from the same clique that we're from. Okay, in terms of we're working players. All right, the people who are espousing this stuff aren't working.
Oh, you can see it straight away.
It is the most obvious thing.
Yeah.
Now, if your first inclination when you see a drum video is to talk about gear,
Yeah.
or the way that
Or
it can-
talent.
or the
Or talent.
Or technique.
these are all like red flags. These
Yeah.
are warning signs
Yeah.
that
You're a
this
noob.
person probably is not a working player,
Yeah, does not
No.
know.
i.e. does not gig frequently, does not have the mileage behind them, does not have, it is a very, very quick way to actually thin the herd
Yeah,
in terms
pretty
of,
much.
in
Oh, yeah.
terms of
Yeah.
opinions
Yeah.
that matter.
I've never heard a good drummer or someone who I know, I've never seen them go and attacking a drummer like that.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Isn't
Like,
it?
I
It's
mean,
like-
Lars is the obvious one. Everybody loves to kick Sam in Lars's face for whatever reason. And there's people who will probably comment on this video and mention Lars.
yes.
He's terrible. Oh my God.
But whether you like Lars or not, or whether you think Lars is a good drummer, I don't know why you would go around commenting about that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like there is nothing to be gained from that.
No.
And I don't know why you'd actually. It comes down to it's like online bullying essentially.
Yeah.
And it's
But people
all-
say he's a millionaire. And, you know,
oh
so
great,
it's all
so
right.
therefore
Yeah,
we can have a
Yeah.
go at him.
Yeah.
Right.
Or he's put things on YouTube, therefore he's fair game.
Yeah, well, look at this.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
real bad.
Yeah.
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 Or
Okay.
if you don't want negative comments, don't post.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you haven't got anything nice to say, shut the hell up.
Yeah. Just
You
yeah.
know? It's just like it is so circular, and there really seems to be an issue, particularly. And I'm saying this is not amongst working musicians, and certainly amongst working drummers. As we sit here, if I go out to a gig and as somebody that, like, the scene in New Zealand is particularly small in regards to actual working players, and it's the same names or the same faces who are there all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always cool. It is always a great
yeah.
hang, and it's very, very respectful because it's one of those things where like game recognizes game. You know, everyone knows the sort of requirement that's needed to be put in from a time perspective to actually get to that level to the point that your phone is ringing for work.
Yeah.
And you're not getting there by sitting around critiquing
Slanging.
videos or a good one. I think recently it wasn't drumming actually. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. John Bon Jovi.
Right.
Yep.
Videos floating around where John Bon Jovi was struggling through well-known songs
Yep.
and clearly having a bad time. You know, we saw those videos and we're like, man, have you seen this? This is sad.
It is sad.
Like,
yeah.
and you know,
posted it.
you'd approach it like that.
Yeah. But
Whereas, you know,
we wouldn't jump on there.
or post it yourself and go, ha ha.
Look at this. This is really, really bad.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
A number of comments that you see, oh, he's always been crap, he's always been this, he's always been that. And it's like, oh god, no, he hasn't. Like,
Yeah.
It's amazing.
you don't have to, you don't have to like the guy, but the dude had some serious pipes back in
absolutely.
the day. I mean, it's just,
It's just like reveling
know?
to feel better because someone who has made it and is wealthy, you know, it's like, ha, they're not very good.
Yeah.
Or, you know, Travis Barker, won Drummer of the Year over at Drumming.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was
And
insane.
just to
The
that kickoff.
goodness.
And
me.
everybody
God.
just kicks off. It wouldn't matter who won it, right?
No.
Yeah, that's
Wouldn't
right.
matter.
No.
Whoever won it, people are going to kick off. You might be taking this a bit too seriously.
Yeah.
Like, it was crowd voted. I
It was-
mean,
yeah, it was-
Jared
yeah.
himself was getting attacked
Yeah.
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so great.
You guys voted for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Don't blame me. That was so
But-
bizarre.
It's like,
It's so much, there's no winning in any of this.
and then the whole, not to mention the whole, I could do everything he did, or Dave Grohl was another one, Phil Rudd. I could do everything he could do after 6 lessons.
Yeah.
It's like, my thing to that is always, that's it.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
if you're that good, where you can play like Travis Barker after a year, sure.
Yep. Then you don't
Show
know.
us.
You don't know the whole working musician process. You don't know that.
No.
You don't know that, like, how many hours you've put in practice. You don't know the connections you've had to make. You don't know, getting into a larger, like, how do you know who Travis Barker is? Because we don't know who you are. Yeah, I love that one, isn't it? Like making the comments and then you look at them and you go, oh, you've got like no videos.
Yeah. So
It's always
it's,
no video.
it's the same faceless, you know, it's actually like, it's just digital cowardice.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just like, you're trying to make yourself feel better by like ragging on someone who's like a universally recognized legend of the game.
Yeah.
Like, you are particularly stupid, aren't you?
I mean, I'm a person who studied music at university level, and I've been playing for decades, teaching for decades. I can't do the Blink 182 gig. You know,
musicianship,
I can't play like Travis,
No.
but I know enough about drumming to know that I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
could play the notes, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to play it like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but George Calais can blast, so therefore he'll be able to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So that's
levels.
the comparison
Yeah,
thing,
the
right?
level thing, yeah.
So George Calais can blast at 280 BPM.
Therefore, he can do everything.
Exactly.
He can do
No
everything.
disrespect to George because he's wonderful at what he does. But I don't know whether he's ever played a festival to, 50,000
of
sort
greasy shuffles.
Yeah. Yeah.
or like a punk festival.
Yeah.
Maybe he
Or
has.
like,
Who knows?
has he ever played at the Grammys?
Yeah.
Has he ever, like, all of these sort of, there's when you say like there's levels to the game, there's levels to the game on both sides. You know, Travis does what he does and he does it really, really well. The same way that Lars does what he does and he does it really well.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's no real point in getting on this bandwagon. Like you see some, Tommy Igoe has a wonderful Instagram page.
He's great.
Where he literally just gets stuck into these people.
And I love the fact that he
Yes.
goes. So he's like so some idiot makes a comment and he just kicks them out and he goes,
Yeah, straight away. My page.
"This is my page, my rules."
Yeah,
it's like I'm
exactly.
going, yeah.
I watched him get stuck in on a international drum floor. I think you know where I'm going here. And some guy had called out. He's like, "Oh, Lars is crap," and I could play for Metallica.
I could play for Metallica. That
He
was
went,
it.
Oh, I
he
didn't
went
see that one.
straight in for the jugular. Classic. I love your work, Tommy. And he just went straight in, and it's like, honestly, no, you couldn't play for Metallica because one, they don't know who you are. They wouldn't want you. Have you ever played a gig? Like the way that you're talking, like all of us know that you're basically
fit in that environment though.
Like
if you're the big, big man, and then you come into Metallica, like you're no longer the big man.
Yeah.
No.
How would you even get to the audition process of Metallica?
You're not even at the starting line. You're not even being thought of being considered to be at the starting line.
If Lars left Metallica, you would have a lineup of the premier,
the absolute
best drummers in the world begging.
Yeah.
Not just metal guys.
No.
Regardless of style.
Yeah.
Because when you're in a band that has sold 150 million albums, you have your pick of anyone.
That's right. Pretty much.
This is this thing as well of bringing this is drum head stuff. I can play the notes in one, therefore I could be in Metallica. There's a lot more to being in Metallica than being able to play the notes.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, Lars as a person, as a public figure, is as crucial to the band as anyone. He's a founding member, remember?
He's the spokesman.
Not to mention songwriter.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's the arranger.
Yeah. Oh, but I can play that though. I can play it.
It doesn't matter if you can play it, Chris.
Diddly diddly cat. Well done. Yeah, there you go.
So that means that I'm better than Lars.
Like if you could transport yourself into a Metallica gig and you jump up on the kit and you're not Lars and you get booed onto that stage.
You would. Yeah.
And your confidence goes, do I actually know this song?
Yeah, where you go.
And then it's like there's 60,000 people there and you tap your kick drum and it goes boom, bang. Your heart will be racing. What it's actually like to do that gig compared to what people think it's like.
And then you've got the rest of the band who knows the songs and they know that the musician that's been there all that period of time. Do you think that the band is just going to go, this is great. Our friend that we've been friends with for a really long time and we've gone through all these things, we're just going to forego that.
Yeah.
We're just going to turf that dude out and John from...
And pick up a no-name dude from the internet who's never played and lives in bloody
Milwaukee,
the back end of Mississippi and has a drum kit which is being held together by duct tape and it's like he's got 37 toms and it's like you are so not the guy.
Yeah.
You're not
the guy.
You're not the guy for anything.
You're not the guy.
You're not the guy for anything. Honestly, get out of your mum's basement for a start. Like, that's not doing anything for you.
Yeah.
Go and get some lessons because the way that you talk, we already know how you play.
Yeah.
Like this is a red flag. To working musicians can actually spot non-working musicians very, very quickly.
Yes.
There's one way you can sort of correct this, I guess is the word, recording yourself.
Yep.
Self-awareness. If you've never, I've always talked to students about this. If you've never recorded yourself, you don't know what you sound like. You think you sound a certain way, and you see it with students all the time who they think they're getting it and they're not, but they can't hear they're not getting it.
That's right.
This is sort of the same thing where I've seen people who sort of play to that more advanced thing where I'm sort of beyond. Sugarfoot Muffet, that's quite easy. I'm more into this, and it's like I can hear you can't play it.
Yeah,
but you can't play a beat.
Yeah,
let alone the level that Sugarfoot's taken it.
Yeah.
Steve Jordan's another one. People look at let's take extreme metal, and they'll keep ramping up the BPM on the double kick and get it to a ridiculous, mind-blowing level where it's just like, I can't believe physically what you're doing.
Yeah.
What people don't realize is guys like Steve Jordan or Matt Chamberlain or whoever, session guy, they've gone that far down the rabbit hole on Pocket.
Yeah.
In between like 90 and 120 BPM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've gone that far on that and broken it down and magnified it. And, everything you can think of, they've covered it.
Yeah.
In a different area of drumming.
And just because you can play one of their songs and you feel like you're really, really comfy with it, doesn't mean you're them.
No, doesn't mean it feels like that.
Yeah, and just because you're playing in the basement again with your, maybe you've got the exact, drum kit that says, that is using, and you've got the snare drum that's just got their signature on it and all that sort of stuff. It doesn't mean
it means it's meaningless.
Yeah,
No.
you're not going to be. You're not that guy.
Do you know the song One Headlight
Yeah.
by Wallflowers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Matt Chamberlain. It's one of my favorite
No
drum
crashes.
tracks. No Crash, and a Grammy-winning rock song.
Just let that sink in for a second.
Yeah,
And that's like a 4-minute song or something as well, right? 4.5-minute song.
banger.
Great tune, phenomenal groove, not one crash in a rock song.
Yeah, yeah.
How's your groove?
yeah,
But that song for me is an example, or Steve Jordan's the obvious one, I guess, where you think, I can play that, but I can't play anything like that.
No.
I can play the exact notes. You can line it up on a grid, and I'm playing what he's doing. But it doesn't sound anything like it.
yeah.
This is where it gets into that Dunning-Kruger theory, right? Dunning-Kruger. So that's basically a theory of like cognitive bias, which is, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Sounds great.
I went to private school, which is in New Zealand, that school that you pay lots of money for.
Yeah, that's right.
They teach you about Dunning-Kruger.
Yeah, yeah.
Teach you about Dunning-Kruger.
That's what it's.
So it's a theory of cognitive bias, don't you know? And whereby people who aren't overly expert in something actually believe that they are a lot better than they are. So it works on a line, and it's set over time. So you sort of have that initial spike where you've been playing for 5 minutes, but mate, I can play One Headlight, I can play One, I can play, I could be in Metallica. You're there. The thing goes on for ages, okay? Then there's a massive lull period. As you start doing some work, and as time goes on, you actually realize, holy shit,
This is massive.
what have I bitten off?
Yep.
I mean, of course, you're sitting there on the Metallica gig going, oh, I can't play anything. That's where you go. You wind up, and this is the same whether we're talking about drumming, whether we're talking about golf, whether we're talking about bloody,
whatever you
flipping your sunglasses. Doesn't matter. It's the same thing. So over time, you find out that I cannot play anything.
Yeah.
I
I had that after uni.
and you're there for a while.
Yeah.
Right? And then over time, massive time investment, playing, practicing, all of that. You start to get to a point where it's almost like, I think that mastery of an instrument, if we are to ever quantify it, is quantified by a musician being self-aware enough to actually know, I'm good at these things, and these are the things that I've got holes in.
Jeff Picaro did that. He'd give away sessions,
Completely.
right?
Yeah.
You don't want me, you want to get Vinny. That
Yeah,
was like
because
his quote.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't play an odd time. Yeah, get
Yeah,
Vinny.
yeah.
He does all the weird, difficult stuff. I play pocket. And it's like, man, this is a guy who's giving away work
Yeah.
because he doesn't want to be put into a situation where he knows.
And
he's
these
good enough to know.
these aren't pub gigs either.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
are- this is quality work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that self-awareness piece, there is incredible value in that. Now, ultimately, if you're a musician who's even partially aware, as far as, I can play these things well. And when you say well, you can play them well to a professional standard, to a standard where someone could hire you and pay you because you do it so well. These other things that I've got, it might be reading, it might be, doing blast beats at 280 BPM. I've got a couple of holes there, or maybe it's down to like the business aspect or like the actual self-promotion aspect. Maybe it's down to videos. I mean, before we came on today, we were talking about video production.
That's right.
All of these sort of things. But because you've already gone through that whole sort of process along your playing, the time requirement that is actually going to be needed of yourself to get your reading sorted, to get your blast beat sorted at 280 BPM, to get your video chops up,
That's like when I get critiqued on, you don't play metal, you should
play.
go learn. You should learn blast beats.
That's right. Well, listen to this.
I've actually got a lot of respect for those guys. I know I'm starting, almost at zero here. I'd have to do a lot of work. And why? To impress you?
Yeah.
Like,
Either one
where is all
person.
that work going? It's not. I don't get hired for it, and I'm not looking to get hired for death metal gigs. So, to motivate me, I'm not really motivated by impressing strangers on the internet with new techniques that are going to be sloppy for years.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to suck at it for years.
Yeah. You're never going to be that, like when you see that person, they're like at that really, really high level.
They're into it.
Yeah. And they've already done the years. It's not like, okay, I'm just going to start and do that.
No.
It's not going to happen. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody ever sits behind a double pedal for the first time and smashes out 250 BPM 16th notes.
Yeah.
You know, no one.
Except for me, I did it.
Except for
I
Chris.
did
I mean,
that.
Chris was the first person in history.
In
to do that,
history.
didn't you? In history.
No video of it.
So
But I mean, yeah.
But it doesn't matter. He commented on Facebook once telling people that he did it, so therefore it's
And
true.
I'm better than most people, I must say.
And you don't need to prove it with videos.
Well, that's right. Exactly. I've got no videos.
Oh, that's such
I've got
a
nothing
good
to
one, isn't
prove.
it?
That's the other one.
Such a good one. I've got nothing to prove. Well, if you're going to slang a
Slangs.
whole bunch of crap,
Then you got,
then
Yeah,
Come
you do
on.
actually.
yeah. Now that you have,
put up and shut up
Yeah.
and actually
that's right.
show us. Show us.
Exactly.
Oh, great and revered one.
I guess
Why
there are
we
those
should
people
know you.
that they definitely they might put something up there, but they're quite, again, because they're not really a working musician, they'll play a little bit and they actually think that it's actually really good. And then
I often wonder about that.
and then you're going, but that's not really good at all. That's I can remember it was one of the comments that come up and somebody had put a song, they'd actually, they decided, okay, I am going to play that song. You said that I've made a comment. Now you've told me that I should go and play it, so I played it. Here it is. This is amazing. And everyone's going, wow, you really should be quiet.
I do wonder sometimes when, sometimes these aggressive people, they will post something themselves, and you wonder what they're hearing.
Yeah.
Like, and I would never comment on it.
No.
Yeah.
I would never think of saying, "Hey, you suck," or make a comment about technique. People love digging in with that stuff. All the timing's off. What did you get today?
I posted a video of I'm playing 4 on the floor. The Annie Lennox song, "Walking on Broken Glass," banger, absolute banger tune. If you don't know the tune, go and check it out. It's awesome.
Homework.
Yeah.
It's also, I read somewhere, apparently the rhythm section on that is the same rhythm section that played on Seal's "Kiss from a Rose."
No. Good stuff.
Yeah, how's that? So proper session musicians. Anyway, besides the point. I posted a clip. I had some great feedback, and I was quite happy with how it turned out. I'm not very clever with videoing stuff. Like, I will, video me playing the song. I'll have a couple of things running, and then I'll pair it up in iMovie because I am a pleb, But so you can get it pretty close to the point, and it's like you can only go so far, right? But listening back and listening through headphones and in-ears, I'm like, that's pretty close. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Ultimately as well, because you want to actually put stuff out. You don't want to be sort of worrying about it for 30 years.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Chris.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, get it. Yeah, look for his stuff soon. He's an absolute,
Soon.
He's an
Coming soon.
He's an absolute killer. That ain't
Coming attractions.
Yeah.
that ain't even a myth. That's true. But you get some choice comments, start to get some engagement, and then one dude, some random dude who nobody knows of, no mutual friends, nothing. Timing's off.
And this is on a local forum where, this is probably going to sound weird to people like in the States or big countries, but we know everybody who
much.
is
Doing
a
stuff.
real deal player.
Yeah.
Like everyone. There's no surprise packets out there. And, just some random face coming in and trying to knock you down.
Just out of nowhere. And it's like, but even,
why would you
even
do that
then,
anyway?
Yeah.
Even if it
then-
was out.
Yeah.
What
Right,
are you getting out of that?
What I wonder about those
Here you go.
things-
Here you go. Here's proof.
Yeah, yeah.
Here you go. You carry on.
Yeah.
I'll find the thing.
Yeah. What I don't get is that so you make a comment, and you're making a comment because you're trolling, and you want someone to react to it.
You want to upset someone.
You want to upset someone, something like that. And so you put it on there, but you don't really get the reaction because you don't know. Because somebody's on the other side. Are they annoyed? And then so it's only the perceived idea that somebody's reacting. Oh, someone's reacting to this. And you're going,
There you go.
I'll drop it.
I wouldn't see that
Timing's
video.
off.
Timing
Zero.
is so off right
and,
there.
But again, coming back to this is a specifically like a social media being able to hide behind a blank or a fake name, you know. So a fake name instantly, you know, you haven't even put your name.
Yeah.
But it's like, would you say that in person? Like if I was playing at a gig, would you come up to me on the break and go, timing's off? Like
some of these guys online, I think they would.
You gotta, yeah.
But first of all, if I went into a bar or some
This is the
gig
beginning
and
of
the
a joke.
timing was
Here it comes.
Irishman
Walked into a bar, out.
and the timing, let's say that in general the band is not great. What do? I go back out of the door and I go to another bar.
That's right. That's it. That's
This
the
is
end
the
of it.
same thing that happens online.
Yeah.
Why are you
Constantly.
watching it?
Yeah. Don't watch it. Don't comment. Just go, don't like it. Move on.
There's a need to comment though.
Yeah.
I posted you will remember this one because this kicked off hugely. I posted a video called "Stick Twirling Shred."
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's it. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what the video was called.
I wonder what's going to happen in there.
Yeah,
Pocket.
exactly.
Yeah. Just
What do you think? Well, that's also a thing as well. You play pocket, people will say, "Oh yeah, but you know, where's the blast beats at 280
Oh, okay.
BPM?"
Anyone can do the pocket.
Or where's you play pocket, and then it's like, well, then the timing's off, of course. You know? It's just like you cannot win. But ultimately, I think you just need to sort of park it and just take opinions and feedback from people who are actually qualified.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's a good way to go.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I posted this thing, and it actually got a little bit of traction. Drum Talk
did.
TV
Went
picked it up,
massive.
and like that, the video had like 560,000 views.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay,
I
which
didn't
is
even know that many people.
yeah. Well, neither do I. I mean, apparently a lot of them are big blast beat enthusiasts. But so this thing kicks off, and like literally the first comment, I effing hate stick twirling.
But I watch videos called stick twirling.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Yeah,
And then
what-
the next comment was from somebody else who said, "I like this, but this is going to be an absolute hater magnet."
Is that right?
Bring it on.
Oh,
And sure
okay.
enough, it's like, you know, of course they're all. And I don't read all of the comments because
you can't.
you can't because you actually get sort of worried about society because the level of mental illness that's actually prevalent is like there's guys arguing about Neil Peart, there's guys talking about John Bonham, there's guys that I love like old boys that just post a picture of Ringo
Yeah.
on a stick twirling shred video.
Or they put the picture of their drum kit on there.
Yeah.
Why?
What?
Why is your drum kit in the comment section?
And how does that mean you're good?
What,
Well, how does that mean he's bad?
Yeah.
Also, this had been posted as well with a disclaimer of, guys, I understand the meaning of pocket.
Why should you need a
Deeply,
disclaimer?
I deeply understand the meaning of it. Having been a working drummer for 15 years plus. Okay, here's 50 seconds of having fun.
Yeah, I'm just doing this thing. Look.
Well, is anyone going to watch it if
terrible.
he posted 50 seconds of...
Yeah.
No one would
No
get
one-
it. No one would click on it.
Would anyone watch? Okay, if you're say you're a theatre drummer, all right. So you're a theatre drummer. That's your sort of bread and butter. Would anyone watch, listen, comment, or engage with 50 seconds of you playing a nice, polite, quiet bossa nova with a rim click?
Or
Oh, the classic 2/4. Every show's got a march.
There's always a
yeah, that's right.
there's always a umpa.
Yeah.
I think we probably do need to wrap this up.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
What time do your minders come and collect you?
Well, I have escaped
Arkham
this
people will
time,
be
so
back.
it's,
Yeah.
I don't know whether they know where
You're
I
allowed
am.
out for 2 hours at a time,
See?
isn't it?
He's escaped. See? Self-awareness, boys and girls. Self-awareness.
But like, if I could say anything, and I have this conversation with students, because I always tell them to record themselves because it's a good thing to do.
Exactly.
And I also have the conversation with them. I say, look, if you post this publicly, you're going to get feedback that you probably don't want to hear amongst, hopefully, nice feedback.
Yes.
But it's still good to post this. And to put this into perspective, I recently had the Grayson equipment video on my channel.
That
Which
got,
just
no,
blew up.
no one commented on that.
Yeah, I mean, just crazy. And overall, really good feedback, and people saying, "Oh, I love this. He's playing traditional, and it's blowing my mind," and on and on. But of course, you get the smart Alex who post and say, "Oh, there's no music there," or whatever. When the video again, clearly it's a drum feature.
Yes.
He's not playing a nice polite thing. He's going in.
Yeah.
So if he's getting critiqued, I've seen Vinny get critiqued, Ringo critiqued brutally,
Huge.
forever, despite inventing rock drumming.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But no, he's terrible.
No, he's rubbish.
And then everybody, there's no end to this. Virgil, oh, it's not musical enough. Or there's no, literally no end to it.
Yeah.
So if you are going to post, you have to accept, I think, this
Comes
is
with
the
the
environment.
territory.
This is the environment. You're going to get critiqued. You're going to get people who, seems like their sole purpose
It's to
is to
accept-
get under
yeah.
your skin, or they, for some reason, they don't like you, or they don't like what you're doing,
Don't
or
like the angle of your snare drum.
Yeah. gosh.
Angles of
of
drums.
toms. What are you talking
I
about?
really appreciate the angle of your toms.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my thing would be, I don't think anything can prepare you for it when it's you. It's all right
Yeah.
when you
No.
hear, Lars is getting critiqued. Let's get. But when it's you, everything's different, and then you get your back up. But I don't know what you do. I think you just have to
it's
put it out there.
like anything, the more you do it, like the less it. Initially, it's sort of like, well, hey, screw you, because that's a really shitty thing to say, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like I don't even go back to
Then-
that.
yeah.
I mean, my guy with the timing's off. I just checked my phone in a break before, and like 3 people have already jumped on him already. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, somebody else will do it.
It's just
Wasn't
like,
it
you just leave it.
The Orlando
you know?
drummer said that he thinks that the people that make those comments are 2 types of people. They're like a 14-year-old or younger kid.
Nothing against young kids.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing against
but just
14-year-olds.
that they don't know.
Immature.
Yeah. And the other one is like a crazy person or something, wasn't it? It was a crazy. Well, I can't remember.
Someone who's
someone
depressed.
is a depressed.
Not
is-
quite there.
Yeah, it's just trying to bring you down. Just
Because a normal, happy person
is not going to
is
do
not
that.
out doing that.
No.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
It'd be
It's just-
like driving past your local supermarket and abusing them because you don't like, frozen meat or
Yes.
something. I don't know.
That does actually
What is-
happen weirdly enough.
What these people sort of don't tend to understand as well is that I'm at a point now, because it's 2022 and sort of video and content creation is a part of what we do now as drummers. And if you don't really have content up there, then you're largely invisible.
You need
in
something, yeah.
today's world.
Yeah,
We've all got content up. You can search any of us on YouTube, and you can get an idea as to what we play like and what we kind of do. And then you can complaints to Chris. Don't ruin my
Don't
comment.
search Chris
Don't
too
start
much.
ruining my.
Go on the dark web.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Make sure you got safe search on
That's
Google.
right. Exactly.
But I mean, then you can make your own assumptions, as you should be able to. If you're a pro level musician, putting yourself out there is part of the gig.
Well, that's you would expect if we're giving our not advice, we're giving our
Opinions.
opinions on certain things. So I would expect you to go and say, well, who are these people?
Yeah.
I might search this guy and why is he talking? And that's okay. What I don't understand is the abuse.
Yeah.
It's just so strange. And if let's say for whatever reason you searched up Chris, didn't like what he did, didn't like his teaching style, so you're not going to follow it. You're not going to do it, right?
And that's the
Find
end.
someone else.
Yeah. Just
That's
just the
You're
end.
done.
Yeah.
Move
Exactly.
on.
Yeah. But yeah, why would you? Yeah. Put the knife in.
It just seems like a lot of wasted energy, and certainly from a drumming context, like invest that energy into practice.
Yeah. Go and practice. Just practice.
Just
I think that's the overall probably final message from this whole
That's right.
series of videos
Yes.
that we've filmed over a number of years.
Number of years.
Several
I've
years.
aged. I've aged.
Is
several years we've been in
Practice
Yeah.
answers everything, right?
Pretty much.
Any question, the
Practice.
answer is probably practice.
Yeah.
this room. Practice, And I mean, just consistency.
Be cool.
of it.
Yeah.
Be nice
Yeah.
to people.
That's
Yeah.
right. Eat donuts. You
Eat
know,
donuts.
that's
KFC sell chicken in buckets.
in
Now,
buckets.
honestly, if you're looking for this ain't even a myth. This is real deal. If you're looking for a highly cost-effective way to put a serious amount of weight on, I highly recommend eating something that comes in a bucket.
Yes. Yes.
Also, in practice while you're doing it too.
Yeah,
that's
practice.
a form of practice too.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
practice for your organs.
Exactly. Exactly. You can imagine like your drum kit with a bucket next to it,
Yeah.
eating and playing at the
What do
same
you
time.
play drums with?
My drums.
Drumsticks.
Oh.
Wasn't
Wasn't there a Vinny story? Vinny eating sushi while he
eating
was playing
sushi
with
was doing
Frank
some
Zappa?
crazy
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
in odd time or something like that. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
doing chopsticks
Yeah.
with the thing.
Yeah.
And then, like,
Putting this, yeah.
I remember the story. Like Terry Bozzio was watching him with Steve Vai at the rehearsal, and then like plays this crazy figure. Whereas a lot of like Frank Zappa stuff was not necessarily like super fast.
That was
It
weird.
was just weird and awkward, you know. So it's a tune sort of like the Black Page, where it's not overly quick, but it's just a sort of an in between sort of tempo. And he comes up to this tricky phrase. He picks the sushi up and adjusts his glasses like classic Vinny. Like anytime you see him, he's just constantly adjusting his glasses, you know, and nails it. And I think Terry like walked out the room.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh man.
Yeah,
this
and they'd
dude's-
never seen it before or something. It was like
Yeah.
the first time they'd sort of, I'm just watching.
Sight read.
Yeah, start reading this thing, eating.
Yeah. So I mean, we can talk about Dunning-Kruger all you want. How do you work on that?
Yeah, that's
How do you
right.
work on like
Wow.
sight reading some crazy chart while eating sushi and adjusting your
glasses
stuff?
up.
Moral of the story is, if you do get an audition, just take some food. Take it real
Food.
casual.
Yeah,
Just don't worry about it.
Think Vinny. What would Vinny do?
Vinny do. And if you haven't-
Smoking.
Yeah.
Those old videos.
Yeah,
Which is-
you're smoking
so
away.
good,
Oh, dear.
Anyway,
so good.
Dan Clayton, thank you so much. Chris Dawson, thank you so much. Thank me.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, mate. Yeah.
Spot on, brother.
Good
And
on you.
hope you took something out of these videos. And remember, comments, hit us, complaints directly to Chris.
Complaints manager.
Ciao.